So I'm going to do this by holding the holder at arm's length, and I know that I won't be able to do that for long, but I can't use my hands today to put my phone in the one that has a spring mechanism on it. I just can't pull it apart. I, I didn't do a vlog yesterday. I was sitting on the naughty step. We received a email from our local water company warning us that during the power cuts that we will get this winter, we may not get drinking water either, or we may not get water either. They say our pumps located on the drinking water network and in factories could be shut down, causing a drop in pressure or even halt to water distribution services during the time of the power cuts. Over time, slots of 2 hours at most, in the morning between 8 and 1, and in the evening between 6 and 8. In concrete terms, some customers could actually have electricity at home but be deprived of drinking water because of the stoppage of pumps nearby supplied by another electricity line. And conversely, customers could have water but no electricity. Both electricity and drinking water cuts are equally possible. So that's going to be interesting. I can swap hands. Yeah, I think we just need to be prepared. Have a kettle of water, have a pan of water. I know that we're quite lucky. I know that we'll be warm enough, and I think for electricity cuts, I just need to have cooked ahead, really. And I was thinking, well, that's all very well, but how are you going to heat it? They're going to have to come up with some plans. I'm hoping that we'll get enough warning. I can't remember. I can remember somewhat how life was in 1973, I think, in the UK when we were getting rolling electricity cuts. We did know that they were coming, but I didn't have to. I wasn't in charge of preparing food, and we had a Rayburn in the kitchen, so we were warm enough, and we had torches or whatever. So, and I think then they probably lasted a couple of hours, but I'm not really sure what happened regarding food. I'm sure I'll come up with something. I'm looking here and I'm thinking this eye's red, but it isn't, is it? It's just the way the light is. It isn't red. I'm sure it's not. So Ludo's here. He has cut the hedge at the front. That's looking good. He's going to go and re-strim up the potager. And there's another job that we want him to do, which he may or may not get to. It depends. It's really cold out there. What is it now? It's nearly 5. It was when he got here, it was just over 3. And we walked out there and both of us were like cold, and he was laughing and saying, well, it's winter, it's fine, because he's working outside all the time, and he's obviously used to it and quite happy with it. It's probably really comfortable for him to be working in this weather rather than when he has to carry on working when we have heat waves. Yeah, so what else was I gonna say? Can't remember now. The giveaway. I need to talk to Phil about that over the weekend. He said to me that it's complicated, and so I might find another way of doing it. I might not do it live. I might show you me, if I can, doing the random generator, but it's just working out how to do the numbers, and make sure that it's only open to subscribers. I need to work out how to do that. Yeah, because I'd like to give it away to people that want to be given away to, and not just random people that are doing it for just because it's a giveaway. So I'd like to do that. I watched did I watch the Les Rosiers, the Chateau? Amy and Mark they're doing some sort of advent thing, showing a room at a time in their chateau, and they were doing, I only watched one of them. There's 2 of them, I think. It wasn't the dining room one, it was the other one. I'm not sure if that was 1 or 2, but it was really interesting, really lovely. I thought something changed about their vlogs recently. I think being filmed professionally, there's something has shifted. And not that I didn't dislike their vlogs anyway, but it was a really lovely vlog about the room that they were standing in. There's lots of criticism. That's what I'm not liking. There's lots of criticism about how untidy they are or how cluttered they are. And it's like, well, so what? What does that matter? Some people live like that. That's how it doesn't look dirty to me. And why does everything have to be fucking perfect all the time? There's a whole perfectionism thing going on. And I just think, why does everything have to be perfect? Not everybody's perfect. And they've got two young children, massive chateau, loads of animals, lots of work to do. Why would she be clearing up because it's going to be on camera? I much prefer to see people in their natural environment than people putting on a show. And I think that that's something to be mindful about, is that sometimes you get people putting on a show, but you're not seeing it all. And what you're seeing with Amy and Mark is how it is. If they're putting on a show, then they're very clever at it. I watched Anna and, oh god, I can't remember his name. The couple that were in Normandy and then moved to the cruise. They were in Guéret. Anna and I watched them last night. That was quite a nice vlog. The dog that they took on months and months and months ago, it might even have been a year ago, is doing really well. And he was due to be put down. He was going to be put down. And he's had some moments, Charlie, but they were walking around Guéret and he was on a lead and having a good walk round. I was quite surprised. It was really lovely. Lots of footage of cranes going over. It's a Wonderful Life, it's called. Cranes going over, because they're on the European flyway. We're sort of off the Central European flyway. We're a bit off the edge of it, so we don't always get cranes going over here. We get a few. It's very rare that we get whole skeins of them, and skein after skein. But he had footage of them going over, which was really lovely. I love watching that. And what he commented that it's for the people that live there and live there all their lives, it's normal. And it is. I can remember the first time we experienced it here. It must have been February, because that's when they come back. And the post lady came, and I went out, and I was going, oh, les grew, and she looked at me and went, oh, les grew, and it was nothing to her. Whereas to me, it was like, oh wow, there was one February. It would have been a beautiful day, because I was sitting outside, and they'd been pushed off course slightly, and we watched skein after skein after skein come up the valley. That's never happened again in that quantity. They're just thousands and thousands, and I look forward to that happening again one day. What I also find fascinating is they are going back now, or around about now, or have already gone back. We did see some the other day. Where are we? Yeah, so normally by November they've mostly all gone. Well, and but it feels like when they come back, they're coming back really quickly. In February, suddenly it's like, oh, they're coming back. So they're not really gone for long. A lot of them don't go any further than the very far south coast of here. Some of them go to Northern Africa, but a lot of them don't go any further than the very far south of France. So I hope to get some good footage of that one day for us. Not lots of anger, but there's a couple of people that are quite angry with my vlog the other night, where I'm talking about reality. I think people just don't like reality. And I don't think, despite what somebody said, I don't think that I am talking about anybody's mental health, or I can't find it now, or spending hours analysing others and putting other people down. I don't do that. I'm talking about facts. I'm reporting on something I've watched, and whether you like it or not, I'm talking about the truth. And I think that's often the problem, is that and something that I do a lot is that I will point out the truth, and people don't like that. A lot of people don't like that. Many people are fine with it, but some people don't like you to talk about the truth, and that's what I do. Somebody whose name I won't mention because it's not worth it is questioning how I could possibly have worked with people with mental illness, and also said somewhere about I have taken the piss out of my clients. Can't remember now. And that's sort of that really surprises me, because I absolutely, there's one client out of all of the clients, residents, patients that I worked with that I might have, I wouldn't even say taking the piss out of, but that I loved all my clients. They were all had their special, they were all they were all lovely, and I worked with them and enjoyed working with them. So I don't know where he gets that from. People see what they want to see, and people, that's what happens. People see what they want to see. So otherwise it was fine. Just a couple of people not happy with it. And yeah, that's it really. My arms are aching. I'm not going to do any more. So yeah, that is it. It's cold, and I'm going to go and put this down, upload this, see how long it takes, and we're off to Cleo's tomorrow. She's got it's called she's clearing out her workroom, so there'll be old stuff on show and new stuff on show, and I'm going there. Lizzie's coming, and she'll come here, and then we'll go there. So we're doing that tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, we're not going anywhere because it's too fucking cold. Bye.